All right, welcome back, everyone. I am so excited today because I am here in company of royalty. We have our new Mr. International 2024, Samuel Nwajagu, in the house. How are you, Samuel?
I'm very well. I'm happy to be here.
Oh my God, it is such a pleasure to have you here with us. And first of all, I just want to say congratulations because it's only been a couple of days since you won your title. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling great. For me, it's a dream come true, and I'm grateful for everything.
I can only imagine all of the things that were going through your mind the moment that your name was called as the new Mr. International. So, can you take me back to that moment when you were on stage next to Mr. Vietnam, right?
Well, a lot. Okay, at that moment, I was like, if my country wasn't called, I know that yes, I've really put in the effort, and the result doesn't matter. What matters is that I'm already a winner, and regardless, I will support the winner and also continue making a positive impact in my community and everywhere I go. So as hearing my name as well also signal to me that yes, this is also time for you to pick up the responsibility and continue to inspire and empower the world.
Absolutely. Now, let me ask you, how was the overall experience during the competition? Was this your first time in Thailand?
Yeah, it's my first time in Thailand
First
and
time.
also my first time leaving my country. Yeah, so it's a wonderful experience for me. I get to meet different people from different cultures, backgrounds, and I'm able to understand what makes them unique and also seek to encourage others to learn how to understand people and tolerate people from different cultural backgrounds and perspectives.
Mhm. Awesome. So I imagine that was like a discovery journey by itself, leaving
Yeah,
Nigeria, going to Thailand. How was
yeah.
the food? How did you try the food?
Food is amazing. Food is amazing. I love every bit of it. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm really happy to hear that. Now
Yeah.
let me ask you something, okay? Because we know that pageantry is big all over the world, but male pageantry is what we call like a growing industry. It's getting bigger and bigger every year, but it's not as big as female pageantry. So how did you first get into this world? How did you come across it? Can you tell us a little bit about your experience on that?
Well, I'm someone who is committed to self-growth and development. Okay,
Hmm.
so in Nigeria, there are a lot of pageant organizations, but
Yes.
when I saw my national pageant, Masters of Nigeria, I saw the goal and what it has to offer. I told myself, okay, yeah, seeing the goal because it celebrates not just beauty, but also talent. So I asked myself, what can you do? What can I actually do? So when I entered into Mr. Soft Nigeria, I discovered a lot about myself. We engaged in series of tasks, talent tasks, speech tasks, a lot of tasks. So these tasks helps you discover yourself, discover your strength, discover your talent, and see the things you can actually do. So since then, I've always seen pageantry as an environment of self-growth and discovery, and also as an environment to continue to inspire and empower people. Yeah.
I see. So, what was it about pageantry per se that made you feel like this was the right platform for you to continue growing and, just gain new skills? As you mentioned, like you're committed to growth and those skills. So, what was it about pageantry that brought you in the first place?
Okay, well, I've been inspired by the lives of kings who have embarked on the pageant journey, seeing their result. Okay, first was my national director. When he competed, I followed his journey and seeing his impact in the industry after competing also inspired me. Then I also followed the journey of Kim Goodburn. Okay, so these are the things that I actually look at, be like, okay, if these people can actually do this through this platform, I'm also able, I can also do this, and that's why I'm into pageantry today.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much for sharing on that. Now let's talk a little bit about the competition itself, okay?
All
Because
right.
I was following Mr. International since the beginning, and it is no secret to anyone that you were always considered a fan favorite since the beginning. In every, the top picks and the favorites, and everyone will bring your name, right? On a personal level, did you feel confident since the beginning that you could win the title? Or did you have any point during the competition where you hesitated or felt a little bit insecure?
Well, yes, as a human being, there are moments of self-doubt, and
Hmm.
I know I'm prepared, but the others too came prepared as well. So looking at all our efforts, I see every contestant as capable of winning. So, at that moment, you have to trust in yourself. At the same time, you don't have to underestimate anyone. So for me, at some point, self-doubt came in, but I always tell myself that you're already a winner. Act like it. And since then, I've always worked on that, and I'm happy that the result is a winning result.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of the entire experience, like the competition?
For me, it's the brotherhood and getting to know people. Because in Nigeria, I've heard so much about a lot of countries, but this is actually the first time I'm getting to experience these people and understand that, yeah, this is what makes them unique. Then the brotherhood is amazing because regardless of our different backgrounds, we are able to connect with each other. So for me, I built amazing relationships, connections that even after the competition, I'm still reaching out to a few of them, and it's been amazing for me.
Yes, absolutely. Now, you have a very, I would say, like a very calm aura, very composed. I was even seeing some comments online, like people were joking, very, very demure, because you carry yourself so well. So during finals, right, there was this
Yeah,
portion after the Q&A where where Kim was asking the judges, who do they think, and who do they favorite, and the performance, and some of them were saying Mr. Nigeria. Some of them were mentioning Mr. Indonesia. It was kind of a
yeah.
tie on that level. So, what did that make you feel at that time? Did you feel like, oh, maybe he has it in the bag, or maybe I have it in the bag?
First of all, for me, I believe that I've put in the effort. Same with Indonesia, and for me to be more like an option, Indonesia, Nigeria means that I actually did my best for people to consider me worthy of this title. So for me, at that moment, in as much as there's this moment, be like, am I the one or will he be the one? I've always believed that the judges knows what's best, and whatever decisions they give at the end, I will accept it.
Absolutely. And in terms of just keeping your composure, like how do you manage? Do you have like a little ritual or something? Because if I was you, I'd be shaking there.
Like I said, I've always seen myself as a winner, and the crown doesn't define us. What defines us is the value and the impact we make in the society. So at that moment, I always tell myself, if whether I'm crowned or not, I'll continue to be who I am. I'll continue to make the positive impact. So let the judges decide.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. Now talking about impact, okay? The moment that you were named as the new Mr. International, I was watching the show live and then I ran to grab the footage and go to my social media to repost, because all pageant lovers are waiting for this. And then I realized as I was posting, wait, Samuel is the first winner from Nigeria. And as I was typing that, I realized he's also the first winner from Africa, like as a continent. So this is, of course, a groundbreaking victory. You just made history, not just for your country, but also for the whole continent. So how does that make you feel?
For me, is a monumental achievement. And I'm happy because I believe that it will break barriers in pageantry across Africa. It's also pave way for Africans to keep on competing in global pageantry.
And I think that's so important, right? To just show, the visibility and the fact that you can go and thrive and do excellent, just like you did, right? Um, what has been the feedback and the messages that you have been receiving from people back home?
Well, it has been amazing, and I know that my journey has inspired a lot of people. Okay,
Mhm.
aside from pageantry, it has inspired a lot of people that you don't have to be great to start in life, but start to be great. So I always tell people that the beginning of all great things starts from small beginnings. So don't be afraid to start. believe in yourself. Your growth mustn't be in pageantry, but in any area of your life, you also have to believe in yourself and don't be afraid to take that bold step. Yeah. And also in pageantry, it has also encouraged people that Africans are capable of doing something great. And aside from Africans, everyone is capable of doing great things.
Absolutely. Do you think that this is kind of like a new day for pageantry, especially for men from Africa? Because this year has been kind of like groundbreaking in the sense that for the very first time ever, South Africa won Mr. Supranational. Now, for the very first time ever, um, Nigeria wins Mr. International. Both of those victories were historic in the sense that it was a first victory for Africa in those respective pageants. So, do you think that people are seeing new, fresh potential in Africa and now giving sashes?
And I'm very happy. First of all, there is, most times when you're into the pageant space, everybody sees they represent us representing, but behind us reaching to that moment, there are a lot of battles, there are a lot of a lot of challenges for Africans. Starting from the visa, we do have problems with visa. It's not easy in Africa. Then there's a lot of stereotypes, and then so when you see an African make it to that global stage, it's a result of hard work,
Hmm.
effort, sleepless nights, and even yeah, so it takes a lot. So most times, Africans do shy away from pageantry because of all of this. But I believe this win from Mr. Supranational to this to Mr. International, I believe it will empower and inspire others, especially Africans, that we shouldn't allow our environment to hinder us from making that move. We should always make the move regardless. So for me, it's a very huge win for Africa, and I believe that it will also encourage a lot of Africans all over the world to adopt and be into pageantry.
Yes, absolutely. You know, so I had the opportunity to cover in person and remotely a lot of different pageants, and when I get to do it in person, I usually get to chat with the candidates, and it's really like a great experience to get to know them, their stories, and their journeys. Very often, I hear from girls from Africa something along the lines. They tell me, they have to really work extra hard to be seen, to be appreciated, as you mentioned, because sometimes there are certain challenges, sometimes there are certain stereotypes that they already have to deconstruct just to begin with,
Yeah,
right? To just
yeah.
be seen as equals with everyone else. um, did you ever face anything like that? Because I know that male pageantry is radically different from female pageantry, so it's not always the same experience. But in your experience, how has it been, and what would you tell those who might be going through a challenging situation like that?
Well, for me, honestly, I thought I would experience that, but the contestants for this year's edition, which I call my brothers, are actually very amazing set of individuals. So we were able to connect. At some point, no one felt I'm less or I'm from this tribe, I'm from this race. No, everybody supported each other. And that also changed my experience too. And the story I tell people is yes, that you experience this in your time doesn't mean that others will experience this thing. There are a lot of good people. So your own is sort of looking for those good people, focus on being the good person there. So
Yes,
my experience is different. And that's the story I'm telling everyone that yes, these things exist, but you can be that difference. You can be the change.
absolutely. So if you could change, let's say, one thing, only one thing about the pageant industry as a whole in any aspect, what would it be and why?
Okay, well, for me, okay, the major thing I've always wanted to talk about is inclusivity in pageantry. And from my experience and from this year's edition, I everyone can see the inclusivity in the organization. Everyone is seen, everyone is heard. No one is made to feel less about himself. So right now, I also want other organizations to see the good work Mr. International Organization has done in promoting inclusivity and empowering men from all backgrounds, and also embrace that vision for the continuous growth of the pageant world.
Absolutely. Um, do you think that the inclusivity and the visibility, representation, and all of those things have an impact on the youth and the people who follow the competition? Because the thing is, like, even up until today, there's people who still question the relevance of, visibility or inclusivity. So, from your perspective, how does it impact others?
It impacts others greatly because everyone wants to feel valued. Everybody wants to feel important. So these things are the things that help people in the competition because you know that your effort is seen and it helps you to accept the results at the end. Because assuming that the focus is on one person or one country, you'll be like, yes, this person won because they didn't see you. But the inclusivity helps in fairness, it helps in equity. Everyone knows that, yes, we all put in the effort, but of course, that at the end, there will be only one winner. So it helps us to move on, accept the result, and continue making impact everywhere.
Absolutely. Oh, I agree with that. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for that answer. All right, so now I want to talk a little bit about Nigeria, okay? Because in the past couple of months or the past year or so, I would say that Nigeria has been doing exceptionally well in the world of pageantry, obtaining placements in most international pageants. Recently, a Miss Universe Nigeria ended as a first runner-up. That was historic. And now you are bringing back home the title of Mr. International 2024. Do you think Nigeria is getting to the point of being considered a powerhouse, not just in Africa but worldwide?
Yes, yes, yes. Looking at this historic wins is a testament to our resilient and hardworking nature. We Nigerians, we have this never give up mentality, and I'm happy that the pageant world is seeing this effort. So whenever people talk about Nigeria as a powerhouse, I also want them to also talk about the level of work that we Nigerians put in to be able to get to this level. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. And I think your answer basically kind of ties with my next question, which is, now that there is kind of a spotlight on Nigeria, the potential, what they have to offer, what is one thing about your country and your people that you feel like doesn't often get talked about or doesn't get seen enough?
And for me is our work ethics. Most times they be like Africans can't actually show up to this responsibility. So I want the world to know that we Africans, we have strong work ethics. We can actually work. We are very, very flexible, and that makes us unique. We can work in any situation, regardless, and still be okay. So this thing makes us qualified to be in leadership positions because we have that leadership experience from our home. And whenever we come out in a space, they also understand that we are capable just as others are.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. And one thing for sure, because I do have some viewers from Nigeria, they are people who are extremely proud of their country, their culture, and the people who represent them as well. I mean, the moment that I posted your video about the winning moment,
Yeah.
my comment section was flooded with Nigeria and everyone's celebrating,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any plans to celebrate with people back home when you eventually go back?
Yeah, sure. My management, we are working on a very historic homecoming as well because this is a very big achievement. And aside that, the people are ready and they are more than excited to welcome me back home.
Absolutely. Well, I hope that it's really a good one for you because you really earned it. You deserve that.
Yeah, thank
Now, as a new title holder, this is just the very beginning for you. You have 1 year ahead to work on your advocacy, to work hand in hand with the organization. So, in terms of your reign, what can we expect from you to make an impact?
you. We respect inclusivity. then and also empowerment. I'm an advocate for health and overall wellness, and I also believe in the power of using education to make a difference. So for me as Miss International, I will make that impact through mentorship, community engagement, and encouraging people to seek out growth in every area of their life. So I'll create awareness programs on mental health as well, because I believe that for you to achieve anything great, it must first start from being mentally and physically stable. So from that, when you are mentally and physically stable, you pursue education that gives you the knowledge to keep on inspiring others to be better. So for me, I believe that my reign is going to be a successful one. Yeah.
Amazing. I'm really looking forward to follow your reign, the things that you do, to support you as we can, and of course to always incentivize the people to do the same thing. What would you say? I mean, this is kind of like projecting into the future, right?
Okay.
What would you like to for your legacy to be? I feel like every single one of the title holders of Mr. International have lived up to something. People remember them for something in particular. What would you like that thing to be for you?
Well, for me, I want to create a society where everyone has the opportunity to thrive and succeed. Yeah, success shouldn't be left for a particular group of people. No, each and every one of us have the power to make a difference and unlock our full potential. So I want to be that beacon of hope, constantly reminding the people that you don't have to be great to start, but have to start to be great. Believe in yourself and never you be afraid of taking that bold step, regardless of where you come from or what you have at the moment.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
You don't
Okay.
you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
quote you on that. I'm gonna steal that one. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Mm.
I mean, um, let me just ask you like a couple of things, just like random questions for people to get
Okay.
to know you a little bit better in terms
Okay.
of your personality, right?
Yeah.
So, if you had to describe yourself in only 3 words, what would you tell people?
Okay. Strong, determined, and resilient.
Very fitting. And what is one thing about you that people might find surprising? They might not know.
Okay. The thing is, for my, I look calm and reserved, but yeah, aside that, I'm also someone who loves to enjoy and spend time with people. So I'm not always serious. Sometimes I take a break and enjoy the moment and have fun with loved ones.
Awesome. What would you say was the most fun moment of the entire competition with the brothers? I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a competition
Yeah,
on stage,
okay.
but
Yeah.
like,
Okay, one night we went for a party at one Bangkok. So there are a lot of contestants. We were singing. Me, I'm not a good singer, but that day I was like, okay, let me give it a shot. So I took the mic and sang. So for me, it's a very, very fun moment because I mean, like, I'm not a great singer, but I sang and everybody cheered me and everybody were happy. And yeah, so that's a very, very fun moment in the competition.
awesome. That's great. I mean, as you said, you might not be a great singer, but sometimes you have to start to
To
eventually
be
be great,
good.
right?
Yeah, so
Awesome. And
yeah.
I mean, we've been talking about this all throughout our conversation, that the importance of representation and just being visible. So, if you could give advice to your younger self, considering what you have accomplished now, what would that be? What would you tell your younger self?
Well, I'll tell my younger self to not be afraid of taking risk because I believe if I had been strong enough in the past, by now I would have grown even more personally and professionally. So I encourage my younger self to always believe in yourself, to not seek perfection, but rather seek growth. And instead of seeing failures as setback, see failure as opportunity to keep on growing and improving yourself.
Amazing. And, I believe personally that pageants are kind of like a stepping stone. A lot of people see winning an international title as the ultimate goal, which is great. Once you accomplish that, you become part of the history of the organization, right? And you make your country proud. But also, hopefully, you'll be able to get something out of this that will help you go further in your dreams, in your goals, in your pursuits. So eventually, where would you like to go, whether it is through this title, or what is one of your ultimate goals in life as a whole?
Well, I see myself pursuing higher education because, of course, I'm still young, and for you to keep on growing, you have to also keep on learning.
Learning, yes.
I also want to check out other opportunities. During the competition, I discovered my hosting talents and abilities. So these are
Mm,
opportunities I'll also venture into in the future.
awesome. What would you say, um, basically, so if you look back at this entire journey and all of the experiences that you went through, whether it's, with the brothers, whether it's on stage, the things that you had to prepare in terms of your skills, um, what is it that the experience taught you about yourself?
Well, okay, it taught me about, you know, strength. Yeah, it taught me about strength and also confidence because I believe that for you to survive or succeed in every area of your life, it first starts with having that confidence in yourself. Yeah. So I learned how to focus on myself because seeing the other contestants, seeing what they do, you'd be like, wow, I want to do this, I want to do this, am I doing the right thing? But the true strength comes from accepting yourself for who you are, knowing that yes, this is where I come from. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of what I can achieve. So it taught me to believe in myself more. It taught me to be authentic, to not want to be like others, but rather be like yourself and find the best from yourself. And for me, that's one of the major factors to my success today.
Awesome. I really love that message. And, as we head towards the end of the interview, first of all, thank you so much for your time. I know that
Yeah,
now
welcome.
that you just won a title, you must be so in demand. So thank you for your time. I just have one last question for you, basically, which is, if you would like to share a specific message with the fans from all over the world, with your supporters, and most importantly, how can they continue uplifting you all throughout this experience?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say a very big thank you to them because, I mean, without their support, without their encouragement, the journey wouldn't have been fun. So the unwavering support actually made me feel, yes, I'm not alone in this journey. So my message to them is that we all are capable of making a difference. So always stay strong and believe in yourself and never you be afraid of trying. Even if it's your first time, never you be afraid of trying. Always, whenever life tells you that you are not enough, always remind yourself that you are not only enough, but you are more than enough to enter into any space and conquer. Once again, I'm saying a very big thank you to each and every one of you, and I love you so much. Yeah.
Awesome. There you have him, everyone. That is our new Mr. International 2024. Samuel, once again, thank you so much for your time. It's been such a pleasure to talk to you, to get to know you a little bit. And I really look forward to everything that you will accomplish all throughout your reign. Again, congratulations to you,
Thank
to
you.
Nigeria, to Africa. And I hope that this is, a reign for the books.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
I'm grateful. Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right. Take care.
All right, take care.